In a world where fairways meet the airwaves, where birdies and banker collide, welcome to the show that takes you beyond the clubhouse and onto the green. This is Balls and Tees, your passport to the golfing universe, where every swing tells a story and every putt has its punchline. Get ready to step onto the last greens and dive into the world of divots, drives, and delightful banter.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is the one and only Toni Tone, the magician, the boy with a lot of flair. And guess what? I'm still out here at Milnerton Golf Club. I promised you that I will be having a chat with the world champion. I'm so excited. Charlene.
Hi, Tony.
How do you do today?
Good, and yourself?
Oh, great. Thank you. Charlene, thank you for honoring this invite. And I have to say, what a pleasure to meet you.
Likewise, thank you so much as well for the opportunity today
100%.
and coming out to our beautiful course.
You know, it's my very first time coming here at Benoni, right? And I have to say, I like the layout. I like the atmosphere that the course has. There's a lot of trees, so I presume that someone like me who's got a lot of fade and hooks will not be safe in this course.
It could be a bit of a challenge, yes.
Yeah, 100%. Now, Charlene, I just want to find out from your side, right? With regards to golf, when was the first time you actually picked up a club and said, you know what, I'm gonna try this? And did you get hooked immediately, or was it a bad experience where you were like, okay, no, let me take a step back and then I'll come back into it?
Tony, what actually happened is my parents were watching TV at night, the news itself, and there were blind people playing in a tournament.
Yeah.
So my parents actually turned around and asked me, why don't I try it? Maybe it's something I would like as well. And since I started, it's like you've been hooked, you cannot get enough of it. So yes, and that's where it actually all started. 100%.
And you mentioned that obviously the spark was from your parents to say, okay, you know what, visually impaired people are actually playing. Why don't you try it? And I would presume that from your side, it would have been a bit intimidating at first, if I'm not mistaken.
Absolutely, it has taken me quite some time, you know, just to hit the ball, you know, because especially you cannot see the ball very clearly. You don't know in which direction to hit the ball because you cannot see it. Yeah. So it has taken me very long, you know, to hit the ball as well, constantly in that sense, and not miss it or shank it. So yes.
No, 100%. And I mean, to be quite honest, you know, I'm excited, and I'm excited because I'm sitting next to a champ, guys. I hope you're catching this. I'm sitting next to a champ. So I just want you to take me on a tour to say, how did you move from, okay, learning how to play the sport and actually going to compete competitively?
Well, I try to participate in as many tournaments as possible. So everybody starts somewhere, you know, in golf, and you try to improve as you go along.
100%.
So yes, I actually played 2 years ago in my first World Championship, which were hosted in South Africa, Milnerton, Cape Town. Yeah. You can just imagine the winds. Ooh. Yes.
You have to play low balls there.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. And especially the last, they were extremely difficult. If I remember correctly, the wind speed was about 38 kilometers. Sure. So it was very difficult, yes.
And that's when you clinched it, or?
Yeah, well, that's when I actually played very well. But yes, when I think back to that nostalgic moment, I'm once again filled with admiration and gratitude towards God, you know, because it was only Him who actually helped me, you know, to carry on in my life and actually run, you know, the tournament as well.
And I mean, it's a world event.
Yes.
It's a world event. I'm sure you were nervous, you were shaking from the first tee, but how did you overcome that fear, or should I say those nerves, to say, you know what, for as much as I'm playing with other people from across the world, I will stick to my game, and I will do my ultimate best. How did you overcome that?
It is difficult, because your nerves is most of the time there, but you need to try and stay calm and think positively the entire time. That is very important.
Would you say that you were preparing for that moment since you started playing golf, or is it something that you are like, I will try it when the time is right?
No, I think, as you grow in golf, you actually start to prepare you mentally. As we spoke earlier as well, you actually build a lot of confidence through golf as well.
Yeah. And just to find out from you, Charlene, I mean, what I actually want to find out is your typical practice round, right? How would you describe it? And what are your traditional drills that you actually take?
Usually what happens is, for visually impaired person, remember we cannot see where or the shape of the course itself. So usually you've got your guide, which is standing behind you, and they will use, for instance, a alignment stick and put it down just to give you an indication of which direction. But then they will still tell you, turn a little bit, to their side, or no, move a little bit that way. Or your club is not lined up, because I, for instance, cannot see, you usually get like a small mark on your driver, and I cannot see if it's lined up with the ball. So then, the person will usually tell you, pull it a little bit back. And, that is how we actually do or started to play golf as well. And usually your guide is actually your eyes, because they will actually check where your ball is going as well, and tell you great shot, or okay, a bounce a bit right, it's a bit in a rough or something like that.
So that's very interesting, because for me personally, I still don't see where my balls go sometimes. Right? But I mean, obviously, I would presume when you play competitive golf at your level, the mental aspect is very, very important.
Absolutely.
In terms of preparation, to say, okay, if I'm going to, let's say you're playing the World Championship again, right? What mental training do you need actually to perform at such high levels of golf?
It is very difficult, but you constantly, even in normal life, you need to try and stay positive, because we are all faced on a daily basis of challenges. So you need to go into that mindset of being positive, and to say you can do it, and you can overcome these obstacles in your life.
Hundreds. Now, I'm very inspired, and I want to start playing golf like a lot more.
So when do I see you? When are you going to join me?
We'll make a date, but it will definitely be in this course, because I've never played it, and I was just standing by the first hole and the ninth hole, that par 3.
Yes,
it's an interesting par 3.
It is.
It's a very interesting par 3, because the fairway is shifted a bit towards the right hand side, so you can't really see the green directly, so you have to jump over those trees. So I will definitely make a date. It will be myself, you, Heidi, and hopefully Thomas will join us as well.
Okay, perfect.
Now, Charlene, one interesting thing that I want to ask you, right? So obviously there's more plans moving forward. There's future plans to say, okay, you still want to play competitive golf, right? And with golf, I always say age doesn't really matter, no matter what happens. What preparations are you doing differently now compared to 2 years back?
I won't say there's actually anything which I'm trying to do different. Yes, you're trying to improve your game, to come down with your handicap. Yes, everybody's trying to do that. But as you know, golf is like a love war game. Sometimes it's going extremely well, and just all of a sudden, it's not going so well. So yes, you need to focus on it and constantly work on it.
And something else that I actually want to find out, and I believe that our viewers would like to find out, even those people who don't want to play golf but they are actually interested in the sport, right? As a visually impaired person getting into this environment, didn't you get a lot of critique or people treating you in a different way?
I wouldn't say that. As soon as you started to talk to people and actually hear your story, they start to understand, you know, and then they actually help you as well.
Yeah.
You know, especially with the South African Disabled Golf and with the South African Blind Golf Association. But, you know, with regard to the South African Disabled Golf, they actually created a platform, you know, especially for disabled golfers, you know, and for some golfers, it's not only about the sport itself, you know, it's about the community, the support, the opportunity.
100%.
And as well, you know, it's like you feel inclusive and pride as well, you know, to be part of a movement that is actually, you know, creating change in that sense,
100%.
you know, and as well to showcase that there is athletes, you know, disabled athletes that can excel as well, just as anybody else.
That's true.
In the world.
No. I really like that. Now, today you played. I want to ask you your score.
Please don't.
I want to ask you what you scored, but how was it today? I mean, it's cloudy. I feel a bit of wind. Overall, how was the game? And please let me know. Did you win? Or at least your 4-ball? Someone won there.
Well, today was quite challenging in a sense. This morning it was freezing cold and it was actually much more wind compared to now.
Yeah.
It's actually feeling much more better, you know, outside. It was difficult on the course, but we actually played medals. So medal is a very tough game. Any golfer will tell you that. You know, it's more mental game in that sense. So we actually worked on each and every stroke and as well putting. Yeah. So you actually get points for your putts as well, depending on how many putts you made. You know, so we count that as well. Unfortunately, I don't know who has won. So yes, as you know, people actually still came off from the course.
But I'm still rooting for you and your 4-ball, so somebody there must win.
I hope so as well. Thank you.
Right. Charlene, I just have to say thank you so much once again, and all the best for your future endeavors. I look forward to seeing you hold, I don't even want to put a number, more trophies. Let's say hold more trophies, whether it be provincial, whether it be national, it be international. I'm rooting for you all the way, and like I said, I will definitely come back. We're going to have a round of golf, but please be lenient on me.
I promise I will.
100%. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the one and only Toni Tone. I'm still here at Benoni Lake Club, and this is Charlene Pienaar, who is our own world champion. And guess what? I'm rubbing shoulders with the with the famous. I'm rubbing shoulders with people who actually know how to play golf. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to have a lovely, lovely, lovely round of golf, please come through Benoni Lake Club. It has been here. I've just never played here, but I can tell you it's a beautiful environment. The setting, the trees, the lake itself, you know, it's highly unlikely that you'll find a lot of golf courses with a lake in it. So Benoni Lake Club actually has a lake, and you can have yourself a great time here. The ambience, I don't want to lie, even the halfway house, I was just passing there and I could just feel the energy. So ladies and gentlemen, I want to say, please, let's continue supporting golf. Let's continue teaching people about golf, whether they already play or they haven't played in their life. Let's do what we have to do to make sure that this sport grows. That's me, Toni Tone, signing out, Benoni Lake Club.
In a world where fairways meet the airwaves, where birdies and banker collide, welcome to the show that takes you beyond the clubhouse and onto the green. This is Balls and Tees, your passport to the golfing universe, where every swing tells a story and every putt has its punchline. Get ready to step onto the last greens and dive into the world of divots, drives, and delightful banter.